And also make sure you have at least one, maybe even two pillows close for some support. Hey, Sabine. Good to see you. All right, we're starting. There's music in the chat, Sabine, for you as well, if you want to play something. And we're going to start. Make sure you're on mute, by the way, that most of you are. We're going to start in a Supta Baddha Konasana today, which is a reclined butterfly position. So you're going to take one of those pillows, bring it in the length, if it is a long one, or just like this, behind your back, close towards the sacrum. You bring your feet in towards the hips, knees fall out towards the sides, just very, very softly, noticing sensations in the hips. And from there, just bring your hands behind you, and you start to walk yourself all the way down, laying over that pillow, allowing yourself to rest, really feeling that opening into your heart space. Making sure your palms face up towards the sky. And close your eyes here. Feel free to take a few more moments to settle into your pose. To find a position where you're comfortable. And to make sure that you can be there for a while. Because every pose today, we're going to be in for at least 3 minutes, and maybe even up to 5 or 6 minutes. Because that's what we do in Yin. So today's Yin class is one to really ground and become calm again. And Yin is a practice where we always go a little bit deeper. Where we work on our fascia, which is all the connective tissue between your bones, your ligaments, your muscles, your organs. And in that connective tissue, we store a lot of our emotions, our feelings, actually our whole being. And that's why Yin can be a challenging practice. Because it's not about physical strength. It's not about endurance. It's about us. That deeper inner self. And by allowing yourself time to stay in a pose like this, fully surrendering, you give your body permission to open up to that deeper level of the connective tissue. And with that, you give your body and your mind permission to open up emotionally as well. So for your practice today, really give yourself that space and that permission to feel and to open up and to let go. Just a deep focus on your breath here. Allowing every inhalation to start in your deepest lower belly and to come all the way up towards your chest and your collarbones, expanding into your chest. And with every exhale, an opportunity to allow your body to relax. So feel free to give yourself a few deep sighs. Really letting go into the body. And to notice into which places you could release a little bit more. Your body gives you all the signs. So take this moment to just do a quick body scan. And to really observe where you may feel tight or tensed. And where you can let go. Making sure your hips are relaxed. Your shoulders. Breathing into your heart space, expanding into the chest. Your fingertips just naturally curling up towards the sky. And every muscle in your face, fully letting go. Your jaw is soft. And maybe, to support that a little bit, you may let your lips part just a bit. Your cheekbones are relaxed. Your nose and ears. Your eyes feel heavy into their sockets. Letting go of that effort of looking all day. Let them be soft. And let that frown in between your eyebrows be soft too. Five more deep breaths in. And super soft exhales. And at the end of your last breath, really slowly bring your hands towards your thighs. So with some help of those hands, you can bring your knees back together and take that really, really softly and gently. And the knees stay together. Just walk your feet out towards the edges of your mat so your knees fall in towards one another like a little pyramid. Just taking that opposite direction for a moment, opposite rotation of your hips. Taking another few breaths here to just observe any sensations in that hip area. What do you feel? And in Yin, it's always about very tiny, tiny sensations and feelings. There's never something big happening. And if there is, you may have gone too deep. Yin is about those little tingly feelings. Giving you that sign that you've gone to that fascia, that connective tissue. Now slowly start to roll out your pillow. Gently pressing yourself up, keeping the eyes just soft, gentle gaze. And then you push your pillow out of the way, away from your mat. And then you come sit straight up. And you're going to extend your right leg. And you're going to bend your left knee and bring the sole of that left foot on the inside of the thigh. Taking the fleshy bits away from underneath your sitting bones. So you're really sitting onto those. And if that's hard already, feel free to elevate the hips onto your pillow again. Now from here, taking a deep breath in to lengthen through the spine and lift the arms up towards the sky. Lifting the heart, gently pulling the navel in. And with your exhale, you're going to twist towards that straight leg. So your torso is facing towards your toes. Then take a breath in to lengthen again. With your exhale, you're going to slowly start to lean forwards, coming to like a 45-degree angle. Inhale again to lengthen and reach forwards. Exhale to go a little deeper. Inhale to lengthen, reach. Exhale, go even deeper. One more time. Inhale, reach and lengthen. And then exhale, you let yourself fold all the way, allowing your hands and elbows, if possible, to touch the floor. It doesn't matter where they land. You try to fully round into the spine, let your head be heavy. Give the head a good shake, maybe. The neck is soft. Now, because this is a yin practice, your legs are soft too, so no need to flex that foot. Just let it go. Just folding. Breathing into your back body, feeling the expansion in the back of the ribs with your breath in. And with your exhale, just folding a little deeper and finding that heaviness into your upper body. A deep belly breath. And feel free, if you like, to bring a pillow underneath for some support. In between your thigh and the belly. But only if you want. I always prefer without, so gravity really pulls me down. But if that support makes you feel better, feel free to use it. Your elbows are completely relaxed. And the palms of your hands face up towards the sky. Allowing yourself with every breath out to fold a little further. And this is one of those poses where you really feel the difference with time. You'll notice that your hands, your elbows are starting to come closer and closer towards the mat. We always think that we're not flexible, but it's time and our mind that stop us. Just a few more breaths in silence. And let go a little bit more. And then take a deep inhale through your nose. And then slowly start to rise back up, walking the hands back towards the body. Now from here, bring the hands towards the side of your bent knee. And you start to bring that knee, that shin onto the mat, twisting or turning the body towards that side of your mat. And then starting to walk your back leg all the way out for a sleeping swan pose. So in sleeping swan, that left knee points all the way towards the left. And your back foot walks as far out as possible. And feel free, if there's a lot of space between that left hip and the floor, to bring a pillow underneath. Allowing your hips to really square. You want to make sure that that knee is not too much pressure on it. So feel free to elevate if you need to. And then take a deep breath in, lengthening through the spine, lift your heart, look up towards the sky. With your exhale, you gently start to walk your hands all the way forwards. Maybe coming onto your forearms. And just observing how that feels. If that feels right into that hip. Maybe this is where you'll be and where you'll stay. Because again, we want to be here for quite a few minutes, so make sure it's doable. And then you have options. You can either stay like this, or again, you take your pillow and you bring that pillow underneath your belly for a bit of support. And maybe you come even all the way down. But if that is too deep into that hip, feel free to even stay up onto the hands or onto your forearms. Whatever feels good here. So again, take time to settle in and to find the position in the way that feels good for you, where you can stay for a while. And then closing your eyes again and just focusing on your breath. Letting go more with every exhale. Softening into that hip space. And take a moment here to observe your own thoughts. Where had your mind wandered off to? Something about work, family, just random stuff. And without trying to judge those thoughts, just slowly bring your awareness back into your body, back into that hip space. It's one of the things we always learn in yoga, that we are not our thoughts. So whatever comes out doesn't say anything about you. It doesn't define you. It doesn't identify you. It's just thoughts. Our mind is made to think, so that's all it wants to do. And your challenge is to sometimes silence the mind and to let the soul speak. Let's take another 3 breaths. And then gently bring your hands back down onto the floor wherever they were. And softly start to press up through your palms. Walking the hands closer back towards the body. And then if you had that pillow underneath, take the pillow away and sit down onto that left hip. Grab a hold of your back thigh and swing that leg forwards. So your right foot, so your left knee stays bent, the right foot is going to cross over that left knee and step around it, coming into a twist. So in a twist, both sitting bones want to be down into the earth, making sure. If that is difficult for you, and if you feel that the right bum is lifting, extend the leg that's underneath in that case. But if you can, keep it bent, both sitting bones down, pull that right knee in, and then start to lengthen through the spine, taking a deep breath in, arms rise up. With your exhale, your right hand comes behind the back, your left knee crosses, left elbow, crosses in front of the right knee. Just a gentle twist. You look over that right shoulder, very softly into your hips. Breathing in through the belly, even though that's a little harder like this. And here as well, where can you soften? Can you relax into your legs, your hips, the chest? And just trying to find a bit of a deeper twist with every exhale, without forcing or pushing it. Closing your eyes. Noticing the movement in your belly. That's where the magic is happening. So the deeper you breathe in and the deeper you breathe and twist out, the more magic you'll create there. Working on our organs, especially the liver. Just a last breath in. And with your exhale, slowly come back to center. Bring your hands behind your back for a moment, fingers facing forward, so you can lean back and untangle your legs. Just stretch them out in front of you and give them a bit of a shake. Maybe flopping the feet from side to side a few times. And then bring, again, both feet together into that butterfly. Knees go out towards the side. And you may, I definitely will, you may want to elevate your hips here again. So make sure you have that pillow always within your hand reach. Then elevate the hips maybe. Bring the knees out towards the side. You want to feel that you can lengthen your spine here. If you cannot, that is a lot of effort, that's your sign to take that pillow underneath. Then bring the hands, fingers interlocked around the toes. Taking a breath in to lengthen through the spine, elevate the chest. Exhale, pull a little bit forwards. Do that 3 more times. Inhale, lengthen, elevate. Exhale, pull deeper. 2 more, close your eyes. Inhale, lengthen, elevate. Exhale, fold. Inhale, last one. And exhale, fold as deep as you can. Again, allowing the spine to round fully. Probably feeling a nice stretch in your inner thighs. Feel free if those hands bother you a little bit around the toes to extend the arms forwards. But again, palms facing up towards the sky if you do, so you can fully surrender into this pose. Making sure your head is fully heavy. You feel that deep stretch all the way through the back body. Working on several meridian lines here. One of them is the bladder, our water element, but definitely also the stomach, the kidneys, and the liver. Trying to find full stillness here. And within that stillness, that little physical edge, where it may be slightly uncomfortable, but not too much. But it is that place of a tiny bit of discomfort where you can feel that you're opening up. But the funny thing with yin is that, and a lot of people often ask this, I don't feel anything in this pose. Am I doing it wrong? Is it not doing anything for me? And that's not true. Even if there's not a deep stretch onto your muscles, the effect is still there because you're still engaging or affecting the particular energy channel that we're working on in a pose. So the effect will be there. It's always useful. And like I mentioned at the start, it's about those small sensations, the little tingly feelings in toes and fingertips, in places that you may have never felt before. It's energy moving. A few more breaths in silence. And then really gently starting to bring the palms down into your mat and walking the hands back towards the body. And with some help of those hands, bring your knees back together. Plant the soles of the feet hip width apart. Wrap your arms around. Give yourself a bit of a hug. And just swaying a bit from side to side. Really feeling into that body and any sensation that you feel right now, anywhere. There's no right or wrong. We feel it in different places, all of us. So this practice is just one for you to observe and get to know your own body. And then gently let it go. So if you are sitting up onto a pillow, come off the pillow and again bring it out of the way. We're going to take that same sequence on the other side. So you're going to extend your left leg out. And you're going to bring the sole of your right foot on the inside of the leg. Making sure you can elevate through the spine. Again, feel free to use your props, pillows, whatever you've got whenever you need them. Then take a breath in to lift the arms up to sky. With your exhale, twist towards the straight leg. Inhale again to lengthen. With your exhale, reaching and slightly folding forwards, 45 degrees. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, fold deeper. You know the flow now. Close your eyes. Inhale, lengthen and lift. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale, lengthen and lift. And then fold down all the way. Allowing your hands and elbows to land wherever they reach. And if you still feel like you're sitting up all the way, that's fine. You just want to find that sensation of folding forwards and that opening up of the back body. Just surrendering into gravity, especially into your head and the back of your neck. Let it go fully. Take a deep breath in through your nose, and with an exhale, just sigh it out for a moment. Noticing where you feel your stretch. What's your point? For some, that may be in the lower back. For some, the middle back. For some, the upper back. And for some, it is the hamstrings. I often feel a sensation in my neck, over the back of my head, towards my third eye space. Again, it's different for all of us. Using your pillows, if you want to support your forehead or your belly. And trying to stay in your body. Being aware of all the sensations and feelings, whatever comes up. And letting go of your thoughts. Allow your mind to be still. Even if it's just for a second. Because that's where it starts, that 1 second of stillness. And it takes practice. A lot of practice. Three more breaths and try to let go a little bit more wherever you can. Just surrender. And then really, really gently lifting the head up and starting to walk the hands back towards the body, sitting up straight. Okay, from here, we're going to turn our bodies towards the side of the mat where your bent knee is. Bring that shin onto the mat and walking your back leg as far out as possible. Elevating the hips for a moment so you can realign into that sleeping swan position. And feel free again to take that pillow, bring it underneath your right hip to support if you need it. And if you need it, the other option is to bring another pillow underneath the belly and then starting to walk the hands forwards. Maybe coming onto your forearms, and if that's comfortable enough for you, and you may come all the way down. With or without pillow, it doesn't matter, but make sure you settle in a way where you can be for a while. But take your time, there's no rush. Very slow and gentle movements here. And maybe notice the different sensations from side to side. Left and right are usually very different. And it tells you a lot about your body and what is going on. We always think and we look quite symmetrical on the outside. But on the inside, we're anything but symmetrical. If you think about the way your organs are placed and the way those organs connect to muscles and bones, it creates a different pressure, different tension in different areas of your body. Keep your breath really deep. You're really using every exhale to let go. The hips are a place where we, especially we as women, we store a lot of emotions there. So breathe into it. Allow whatever feeling, maybe of frustration or anger, which often come up here, to just be there. Or maybe it's just pure sadness or pure happiness. It can be anything. And then take a last deep breath into your nose. And gently coming back up into your hands. Walking the hands towards the body. And then taking your pillow out of the way if you had it underneath your hip. Sit down onto that right hip. Grab a hold of your left thigh and swing it forwards. We're going to come into that twist again. So you're going to keep your right knee bent if that is available for you. You're going to take that left foot, cross it over the right leg, and making sure that both of your sitting bones are down in between the feet. And again, if that's tough, then you extend your leg that's underneath, so the right leg in this case. So finding that space, there's another option to elevate the hips with a pillow. And then pull that left knee closely in. Take a breath in to lift the arms up towards the sky. Lengthen up. And with an exhale, twisting towards your left hand behind the back. Right elbow in front of left knee and look over your left shoulder. And there, close your eyes. Trying to find a good balance between effort and effortless. Finding softness into your hips, the shoulders, and trying to find that twist from the belly. Relax into your face, Again, just bringing that attention in towards your physical body. And with that, picking up on those tiny little sensations, your energetic body. Knowing that you have the capability to go that step further. And to feel into that energetic side of you too. Because that's the part that gives you so many signs. Taking one last breath in. And with an exhale, gently come back to center. Bring your hands behind you, fingers facing forwards, lean back and untangle your legs. And feel free to take whatever the movement that feels good right now. You may sway the legs from side to side, just shake them out. And make it a mindful movement. And then we're going to come into a straddle. So you open up your legs wide. Into a dragonfly in a little bit. So make sure again you have your pillows within hand reach because you're probably going to need them. And from here, so with a normal straddle, you always want to really engage the legs. This time again, it is yin, so let go into the legs. Just let your feet flop in or out wherever they go naturally, allowing everything to be soft here. And if you need, elevate your hips. So bring up one of the pillows underneath. Again, if that helps to elongate through your spine. We're going to do the same thing using the breath. Take an inhale, arms up to sky. With your exhale, reach and lean forward as if someone is gently pulling your fingertips halfway. Inhale again. Reach and lengthen. Exhale to fold. Two more. Inhale. Reach and lengthen. Exhale, let it go. Eyes are closed. Inhale, reach and lengthen. And with that last one, let yourself fold all the way down. And if you want those pillows, feel free to stack as many as you need. But try to surrender. And that means, again, to bring the palms to face up towards the sky. Soften your elbows. Soften to your back body. Deep belly breath. Keeping that attention in your body and noticing here where you can let go. Most of us are holding a lot of subconscious tension. So where in this pose, maybe into your hips or your legs, your neck, head, where you're holding yourself back. Find that edge and try to let go more. 3 more breaths. Can you surrender even deeper into it? And can you just accept your body wherever it is right now? Whatever message it's giving you. And then really gently planting the hands into your mat, starting to rise back up. Taking pillows out of the way from the mat, but again within hand reach. With your hands, lift the knees up just a little bit and super slowly bring your legs back together. Again, wrap arms around, rest the forehead. And really take a moment here to acknowledge your body, to thank it, and to feel it. And from here, sliding a little bit further down your mat, making sure the feet are almost at the end. So you have space into the back and it's free here. And you start to roll down into your back very slowly. Bring the knees along in towards the chest. Give yourself a bit of a squeeze there. And just a gentle roll of the lower back, massaging it into your mat. Making circles with the knees. And then you start to extend your left leg out. Bring the left heel down into the mat, so relaxing into the left leg fully. You keep the right knee in towards the chest. Hands come around it. And you may want to open the right knee a little bit further out towards the right into the armpit. So you really open into the hip here. And notice how that feels into that hip. And maybe even take some circles. Whatever feels nice here. And whatever creates some space. But any movement you make, or any pose you're in, do it mindfully. And actually feel that slow and gentle movement and the effects of it. And then from there, extending your right arm out towards the right. And with your left hand, guiding the left knee to fall and drop all the way over to your left side, falling into a twist. So you turn onto the left side of your body. You may wiggle the hips around a little bit. And you're trying to keep the right shoulder down into the mat. If that right shoulder lifts off the mat completely, then elevate that right knee with a pillow. So you may bring a pillow underneath that right knee to support it. And you'll find yourself being able to find the floor with the right shoulder too. Your face faces your right hand. Deep breaths. How does this twist feel for you? Where in your body do you feel it? And can you give gravity permission here to pull you into two opposite directions? Creating space in between your vertebrae and in between your ribs. If you want to take this one a little bit further, You have the option to come into one of my favorite poses actually. It's called the cat pulling its own tail. So from here, all you do is you're going to extend the right leg out. With the left hand, you're going to grab that left ankle or shin and lift it, pull it up a little higher. Then the leg that's underneath your left leg bends. And with your right hand, you're going to grab a hold of your left foot or ankle. And then you're going to pull that left ankle a little bit closer towards your buttocks, maybe. It just asks for a little bit more effort. But if you take this option, and again, it's an option, it's definitely not a must. But when you have that foot, try to relax back into it. Five breaths. And slowly let go of that left foot if you were in the cat pose. You let go of your right foot with your left hand. And you slowly come back into the center. Extending both legs out. And from here, we go over to the other side. So you're going to pull your left knee in towards the chest, keeping the right leg straight. And again, just a gentle pull to open up that hip. You may bring that left knee all the way up in towards your armpit. Making little circles, if that feels nice, or do whatever you like. But slow and mindful movements. And the same thing, so you're gonna extend your left arm out towards the left. Grab a hold of that left knee with your right hand and guide the knee down towards the opposite side. Rolling slightly over towards the right side of your body. And again, if you feel that your left shoulder is coming off the mat, that is your sign to bring a pillow underneath the left knee to support it. Gazing over towards your left hand and just softening down into this deep twist. Closing your eyes and going really deep inside. Whatever thought comes up, just gently park it to the side. You will come back to it later. Being mindful of your breath. Mindful of your spine, twisting. And mindful of any place in your body where you can relax a little bit more. This is not supposed to cause any tension. Fully let it go. And if you want to take that cat pulling its own tail variation, you will start by extending your left leg out and grabbing a hold of your ankle with your right hand, pulling it a little closer towards you. You may bend into the right knee with the left hand grabbing a hold of your right ankle, and then Trying to soften down again, pulling the right foot a little closer. Staying close with our breath. Notice how it ebbs and flows through your body. And where you can maybe deepen it just a little bit. Last deep inhale. And with your exhale, slowly let go of your feet if you have that cat pulling its own tail variation. Gently rolling back into the center. Maybe a last hug of the knees in towards your chest or anything else that you're craving right now. And then get yourself ready for your final Shavasana. So you're going to extend your legs out all the way, making sure your feet or heels land as wide as your mat, really giving them space. Maybe a pillow underneath your knees to support the lower back. And you may want to cover yourself with something warm if you have it. Giving your hand space next towards the body, palms facing up towards the sky. And then take the deepest breath in through your nose. With your exhale through your mouth, sigh it out and let it go. And allowing that deep sigh to ground you into the earth. To make you happy and as relaxed as you have been in a long time. And drifting off. Not towards your thoughts. They're not bothering you anymore. We're drifting off into that dark and comfy space behind your eyebrows. Pure stillness. I long to hold the wind, so I may know the weight of thoughts. For both can bend the trees, yet shy away from being caught. But nets woven from wishes only scatter their direction. While some blink out forever, to avoid closer inspection. Perhaps if I am lucky, I can pin some in my ink, but they are just tiny ripples in the ocean that I think. For even though they're endless, they are not easy to share. Most are only born to dance with breezes through my hair. But maybe that's their secret, why they're so hard to record. It's like the wind, their magic lies in being unexplored. And with those words, just slowly start to bring in some minor movements into your body. Whatever comes natural for you right now. Maybe you bring your arms all the way overhead to give yourself a long stretch. Then hug the knees in towards your chest and roll over to your favorite side, laying there for a last moment into a fetus position. Eyes just stay closed. And when you're ready at your own pace, coming up to a seated cross-legged position. Hands into your heart space, into prayer. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale, let it go. Letting that practice wash all over you. Letting go of the weight of your thoughts. And let them just breeze through your head. You are not your thoughts. You are not defined by your thoughts. And sometimes giving yourself a moment to allow the mind to silence and the soul to speak is what we need. And bowing your forehead down towards your fingers, bringing thumbs towards your third eye space, your Anya chakra. Showing some gratitude for coming onto the mat today, just for yourself. And for everyone else here, wherever we are in the world. The love and the light in me honors the love and the light in you. Namaste. Thank you everyone for joining.